students. A copper rod of 88 centimeter and an aluminum rod of unknown length have their increase in length independent of increase in temperature. The length of the aluminum rod is how much? Coefficient of expansion of copper is given. Aluminum is also given. So copper rod is 88 centimeter and aluminum rod of length is unknown. Have their increase in length independent of increase in temperature. The length of aluminum rod that we have to find. And from coefficient of linear expansion, uh, alpha 1 L of L copper is equal to change in length of copper will be equal to change in length of aluminum. Yes or no? And students, let change in length is how much? Let change in length of copper. Change in length of copper is equal to how much? Alpha copper into initial length of copper into delta T. Yes or no? Students, in the question itself, you are seeing the length of the aluminum rod we have to find. For that, in the same way, we could also write if I'll say about aluminum. So change in length of aluminum will be equal to coefficient of expansion of aluminum into initial length of aluminum into temperature, change in temperature. Yes or no? And here in the question, copper rod 88 and aluminum rod of unknown length. Both are having, we have to find the length of the copper rod. Of their increase in length independent of increase in temperature. The length of aluminum will be how much? From the copper itself, from the question itself, we could write change in length of copper. That the increase in length is copper is this much, and increase in length of aluminum became this much. So that is going to be equal to length of copper plus length of aluminum, original length. That means change in length is equal. Length of copper is equal. Change in length of aluminum is equal. So both will be equal. So that means I could write alpha copper, length of copper, change in temperature is equal to. It is a common rod. So change in length of aluminium, alpha aluminium, change in temperature. Change in temperature cancel. So original length of aluminum, if I'll go for, then that is length of copper into alpha copper divided by alpha of aluminium. So that is we're putting 88 centimeter. तो उसको अगर मीटर पे convert करेंगे, let it to be centimeter. And coefficient of expansion of copper is given how much? 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 5 divided by 2.2 into 10 to the power minus 5. That is equal to how much? 68 centimeter. Okay. A small hole of area of cross-section 2 mm square is present near the bottom of a fully filled open tank at a height of 2 meter. Taking G is equal to 10 meter per second square, the rate of flow of water through the open hole would be nearly how much? That means, student, here according to Torricelli theorem, Torricelli theorem. According to Torricelli's theorem, student, velocity of a flux or velocity is equal to how much? Put under 2gh. It is as if the ball is falling freely. So 2 into g is 10 and from a height of 2 meter. So that is near about coming 6.32 meter per second. That is the velocity of a flux. But he is asking about the rate of flow. Rate of flow, equation of continuity, Q is equal to AV, yes or no? So to find rate of flow, so we have to go for equation of continuity. Equation of continuity is Q is equal to A into V. So, no. So velocity we got 6.32 and area. It is having 2 mm square. The sectional area 2 mm square given. The 2 mm we have to convert to meter. That means 2 into 10 to the minus 3 if I will do, then that is the square. So that is 10 to the minus 6. That is area. Into V we got 6.32. So by multiplying it, approximately I am going to get 12.6 into 10 to the minus 6 meter cube per second. Understood? When a block of mass m is suspended by a long wire of length L, the length of the wire becomes L plus L. Small change in length is small L. The elastic potential energy stored in the extended wire. And block का mass m है. So energy stored in the wire. It is asking about elastic potential energy stored in the wire. And elastic potential energy stored in the wire. Elastic potential energy students, you know how much? It is U is equal to how much? Half into stress into strain, stress into strain into volume. Listen. And here students, stress is equal to how much? Stress is equal to force by unit of your force by area, that is mg, the weight of the that is acting on the block of mass m, by area is a. Then if I'll go for strain is change in length for original length. Strain is change in length by original length. Change in length by original length. So change in length is delta L by L. So here delta L is how much? Change in length is how much? Student L plus L हो जा रहा है. So minus L अगर subtract करो तो only small L is increase in length by capital L. So that is small L by L. So if I'll be going for finding the energy, then U is equal to how much? Half into stress. How much we got? Mg by A. Strain how much we got? Small L by capital L. Into volume how much we got? Area into length is the volume. So area cancelled, length cancelled. So it is going to be how much? Half mg. That is the energy, elastic potential energy stored in the extended wire. Okay. A sub bubble having a radius of 1 mm is blown from a detergent solution having surface tension of 2.5 into 10 to the minus 2 Newton per meter. The pressure inside the bubble equals at the point Z naught below the free surface of water in a container. Taking G is equal to 10 meter per second square, density of water is equal to 10 to the cube kg per meter cube. The value of Z naught is how much? Friends, we are having a sub bubble of radius 1 mm is blown from a detergent solution. This solution का surface tension कितना है? 2.5 into 10 to the minus 2 Newton meter. The pressure inside the bubble equals at the point Z naught below the free surface of the water. Taking G is equal to 10 meter per second square and density of water is this much, the value of Z naught is how much? And the pressure at a point Z naught below the surface of water is how much? Pressure at a point we know rho g h, and below a height Z naught, that is rho g Z naught. And if atmospheric pressure will be taken into consideration, then we have to add atmospheric pressure, yes or no? So we can write the pressure at a point Z naught, pressure at a point Z naught below the surface of water, below the surface of water, that is Pz naught is equal to P naught plus rho g Z naught. Listen. Actually, pressure inside a soft bubble, how much? Surface tension wala formula. Pressure inside a soft bubble. Pressure in the theory I had told you, pressure inside a soap bubble. Pressure inside a soap bubble is P is equal to P naught plus 4T divided by R radius. And here he has given the pressure inside the bubble equals at the point Z naught. Means both the pressure are equal. This pressure is equal to this pressure. Inside and outside pressures are equal. अगर मैं दोनों को combine कर दूं तो क्या करूंगा? What I will do P naught plus 4T tension by radius is equal to P naught plus rho g Z naught. So Z naught is equal to 4T by R rho G. That is equal to 4 into surface tension is 2.5 into 10 to the minus 2 divided by 1 into 10 to the minus 3, 1 into 10 to the minus 3 into 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power 3 into 10. That is equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. So that is equal to 1 centimeter. So the height is going to be Z 1 centimeter. Okay. Two small spherical metal balls having equal masses are made from the materials of densities rho 1 and rho 2. Rho 1 is equal to rho 1 is equal to rho 1 and rho 2. Rho 1 is equal to 8 rho 2 and have radius of 1 mm and 2 mm respectively. They are made to fall vertically from rest in a viscous medium whose coefficient of viscosity equals n. N means that is eta, whose density is 0.1 rho 2. Density of second is equal to density of. And this is rho 1 is equal to 8 times of rho 2. And this is coefficient of viscosity, that is eta. Okay. And this is which is equal to the density of this is equal to 0.1 rho 2. So this is rho 1. This is not P, this is rho. So the ratio of their terminal velocity. And simply terminal velocity. Formula for terminal velocity is directly formula based question. Terminal velocity is equal to 2 into radius square into density of substance by density of the body minus density of water liquid divided by 9 into coefficient of viscosity into G. So here he is asking the ratio of the terminal velocities. So we'll be finding the velocities of fast liquid by velocity of the second spherical metal box. That is equal to 2 by 9 taking radius is 1 mm square is equal to rho, that is 8 times of rho 2 fast is equal to 8 times of second minus 0.1, then density is also 0.1 rho 2 divided by for velocity 2, that is also 2 by 9, but the radius is 2 mm square, so that is 2 square into normal rho 2 minus 0.1 rho 2. So by solving total, we'll get V1 by V2 is equal to 7.9 rho 2 divided by 4 into 0.9. So that is 79 divided by 36. This is going to be the answer. Terminal velocities. A small sphere of radius r falls from rest in a viscous liquid. As a result, heat is produced due to viscous force. The rate of production of heat when the sphere attains its terminal velocity is proportional to how much? When viscous drag force, you know, viscous drag force. Viscous drag force is equal to F is equal to, students, in terminal velocity this expression is also used, 6 pi eta r into V. So this V is nothing but terminal velocity. V is terminal velocity. Okay. Students, rate of production of heat is what? It is power. It is a form of energy. Energy by time is what? Power. Power is equal to what? Force into velocity. Na? So students, you see here, rate of production of heat. Rate of production of heat. Rate of production of heat. That is equal to power. You know, power is equal to work by time, na? Or work is equal to Fs by time. So displacement by time is velocity, so force into velocity. Force into velocity, yes or no? So that means we can write power is equal to viscous force, that is how much? 6 pi coefficient of viscosity r into terminal velocity into again velocity. So it is becoming how much? 6 pi eta r v square. Yes or no? So student, another thing is that terminal velocity, sometimes terminal velocity we just found just before. V terminal. Terminal velocity formula is how much also? 2r square rho minus sigma into g by 9 eta na? By 9 eta. So here also from you can see V proportional to r square. Always. Here answer the terminal velocity, which is proportional to how much? R square. Here he is asking the rate of production of heat. That means we have to go for power. Yes or no? So power means, students, you see here, power means force into velocity. So let's take power. So the answer is something different. So power is equal to 6 pi into eta into r. Yes or no? Into in place of v, student. What we can put in place of v? So v is v square, na? So in place of v square, what we'll write? See here. 2r ka square, that is 4r to the power 4. Yes or no? Into rho minus sigma to the power square divided by 9. In 9 ka square 81, eta square. Yes or no? Into g square. So see here, this is r to the power 4, this is r. So power is going to be how much? Proportional to r to the 5, na? So she is not asking about, she is asking the rate of production of heat. That means the power. Power is proportional to what? R to the power 5. Understood? So it is going to be, answer is going to be r to the power 5. Got it? Two weights are made up of same material and have same volume. The first wire has a cross-sectional area A and the second wire has a cross-sectional area 3A. The length of the first wire is increased by delta L on applying a force F. How much force is needed to stretch the second wire by the same amount? Let's see. Friends, we have to take the case for here, Young's modulus of elasticity. Friends, yeah, Young's modulus is how much? You know Young's modulus. Young's modulus is equal to F into L by area into change in length. Stress into strain. Stress by strain. Change in length by original length and here F by F is stress. Since initial volume of the wire is same, so their areas of cross section are A and 3A and lengths are 3L and L respectively. In the question, students, you see, we will take the cross sectional area is A, length is 3A. I'm giving a force, same material, same volume. The first one has a cross sectional area A and the second one has a cross sectional area 3A. The length of the first one is increased by delta L. Then applying a force, then how much force is needed to stretch the second wire? Student, first wire. For first wire, if I'll go for wire 1, the area of cross section are A and 3A. So the lengths are definitely equal volume, na? So lengths are, if area is first wire, first wire, let's take the second wire. Second wire, student, area is A, area is 3A, 3 times, and length is how much? L. So that volume is constant. You see, both the case volume is constant. So how much force I have to give in this case? We have to find this F dash. So that F देके जितना elongation होगा, F dash में भी उतना ही elongation होगा, students. ठीक है? So if I'll go for delta L, so delta L is equal to F by AY whole into GL. Student, for first wire, this is delta L. And for second wire, if I'll be finding, how much will be this one? See, by comparing, because here I am taking the force and here you say F dash by 3A would be equal to Young's modulus into delta L by L. Yes or no? Young's modulus is how much? Force, F dash, I put here F dash by area, A. Okay. And I took this delta L by L to that side. This is L by delta L. But I took to that side, so I wrote in this form so that I could compare it with the other one. Yes or no? So from here, students, delta L is becoming how much? See, delta L is equal to how much? F dash divided by 3A into Young's modulus into L. Yes or no? So let this is one equation. Both the case elongation, we need same elongation, so that's why we make delta L separate. So you compare both the equations, you can see the common F and F dash relation. So F by Ay whole into 3L will be equal to F dash by 3Ay whole into L. So F dash is equal to, friends, Ay cancel, 3 will be 9 times of F. Rest all will be cancelled. So it is F dash is equal to 9 times of F. Understood? The power radiated by a black body, the power radiated by a black body is P and it radiates maximum energy at wavelength lambda naught. If the temperature of the black body is now changed so that it radiates maximum energy at wavelength 3 by 4 lambda naught, then the power radiated by it becomes NP. So what is the value of this N? To find the value of this N becomes N. Friends, Wien's law, you know, wavelength maximum into temperature is equal to constant. This is Wien's law. So here we can write lambda max 1, temperature 1 is equal to second case lambda max 2. Students, here we can write lambda naught by lambda naught T. Here we are seeing lambda naught into T is equal to second case is becoming how much? 3 lambda naught by 4 into something temperature T dash. And if I'll compare this both, then what I will get the relation between T dash and T? Get it as 4 by 3. Correct? But he's asking the power radiated is n times. You know Stefan Boltzmann's law. Stefan Boltzmann's law. Stefan's Boltzmann law. From there, energy emitted unit time by a black body is A E sigma T to the power 4. Yes or no? This is black body energy radiated. That is power radiated, students. That is power radiated. Power radiated. So P proportional to T to the power 4. So that is P2 by P1 is equal to T dash by T to the power 4. So here we have to find the ratio of the power dissipated becomes n times in both the cases. So that ratio we want to find. So P2 by P1 is equal to T dash by T to the power 4, and T dash by T how much we got? 4 by 3 na? So 4 by 3 to the power 4 how much? 16 4 4. 16 16 kitna? 256 divided by 3 3 3 3 3. 81. So 256 by 81. 256 by 81. Understood? Got it na? Two rods A and B of different materials are welded together as shown in the figure. Their thermal conductivities are K1 and K2. The thermal conductivity of the composite rod will be. So an equivalent thermal conductivity of composite rod in parallel connection. What is the formula? K parallel is how much? That is equal to K1 A1 plus K2 A2 divided by K1 plus K2. That is equal to K1 plus K2 divided by, all are equal na? Put it together as one in figure. This is AB temperature K1 K2. So this is K1 plus K2 by 2. Different materials are welded together. Their thermal conductivity opposite rod will be how much? K1 plus K2 by 2. Because area is same, distance is same area they are having. So that's why it is K1 plus K2 by 2.